Why is it so important to ignore your current reality while manifesting? Because you cannot go in two directions at the same time. You have to pick one if you want to make things easy and effortless to manifest. For example, I made a video titled very similarly, you can watch it here, 1 year ago about my best friend really slow dancing about setting a date for his marriage plans. And when we picked it apart, he was afraid of the cost, the money, he didn't have it, he didn't know when he would have it. I said, just pick a date. Just put a date, put it on the calendar and put it soon. And the money will show up because you won't be thinking about the date or the marriage. You'll be focused on manifesting money. I'm happy to report that he did pick a date and he got married and then the money came and all that jazz. However, do you see that if he had not done that, he got married in Korea in October of 2019. If he had languished and waited for spring like his idea was to keep pushing the date back, that he would still not be married because his wife's parents can't travel, and so they would be waiting for the pandemic to subside. So if you want your manifestations to come quickly, effortlessly, and easy, I'm going to give you my 3 fabulous tips on how to ignore your current reality effortlessly. The first tip for ignoring your current reality that I have found wickedly easy is quantum jumping. Now, don't let the word scare you. Quantum jumping simply means shifting your perspective on an identity level. Identity level means a level that you can believe effortlessly. For example, Trice was not a morning person. Now Trice is a morning person. Now those might seem like huge leaps, so how do you get there? I did a whole video right here on how you do it, but essentially you become aware of your belief, you find somebody else with the belief that you want to acquire, you imagine or you ask them what they're saying to themselves, you do a meditation, and whoop, you have shifted on an identity level. Now, it does not mean that you won't see the old identity because all possibilities exist at all times. It just allows you to see more than that one limited perspective. For example, I'll showcase a short story about a friend of mine, and you're going to see how her belief was locking her current reality into place. She's like, I'm always living paycheck to paycheck because I only make minimum wage and I can't get ahead. Did you hear the belief? Because I make minimum wage, I can't get ahead. So I shared my story with her. I'm like, woman, McDonald's was my job. I worked at McDonald's for years, and then I worked retail. I was a front desk clerk at a hotel. I was a waitress. I was a bartender. I did all entry-level type jobs for 10 years of my life, and I paid all my own rent, all my own groceries. My parents paid for nothing, not because they didn't love me, but because I could do it myself. I traveled to Europe, I traveled to Africa, I traveled to everywhere on this entry level, or you could say minimum wage income. This is before my $1,000 a night bartending stories. What I was telling myself is I'm making money. So if you want to make ignoring your current reality more effortless, pick something specific that you want to shift and ask yourself, what are you telling yourself? Maybe if you want a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you're saying, there's no good guys or girls out there anymore. Well, ask the person that you know in your hemisphere who's amazing with getting the love of their life. Ask them what they're thinking. Now, if you have been trying and grinding and feel like you're staying in the same spot and ignoring your current reality feels impossible, it might be because of this. If you've been trying and standing still and struggling and stuck in the same spot, it's very hard to ignore your current reality. But I'm going to showcase a quick, simple, and easy shift. If that is happening to you, it's because there is some subconscious belief that is running your mind. For example, I have this beautiful lady in my Uncover Hidden Money Blogs workshop, and she is a businesswoman. She can help other people build businesses, but damn, she says her finances are a mess and she doesn't feel like she'll ever get out of it. And she doesn't know what the problem is. She can do it for everybody else. She can't do it for herself. And I said, darling, I think this is a subconscious way of thinking that you have been taught that you might not even remember as a child. Listen to this hypnosis, and I will leave it in the description below. And it will take you down into the vault of your subconscious mind where you can relive and replay what is keeping you trapped here. She emailed me the same day. She said, Trice, I get it now. I was taught as a child that money creates chaos, and I don't want chaos, so I get rid of the money in my life. Now, if you're like, that sounds wacky, I wouldn't do that. Guys, the subconscious mind is so freakishly powerful. We are slaves to it because it is intertwined with our feelings of emotion. Emotions are the language and the vibration of the universe, not our rational mind. So if you think rich people are evil, you will subconsciously push money away because you don't think of yourself as an evil person. Just seeing these blocks allow you to shift away from them. When you look at things, the thing that you look at will change just because you look at it. If you're like, that doesn't happen, I'm like, yes, it does. When you're driving down the road and you notice your gas gauge is almost empty, you totally go in a different direction because you see new information that will lead you into a new path. Now, you've probably noticed that both of these points have to do with increased consciousness, but the last one makes it all so easy. The third way to ignore your current reality effortless is to surrender. Now, before you run away and get all angry, surrender does not mean giving up. It means giving up resistance, giving up forcing your will on the universe. And let me ask you a question. Do you believe that the universe is trying to help you get all your dreams, everything that you're trying to manifest, in the most efficient time possible? If your answer is yes, like I think the answer is yes, then it feels like a game, like you are playing with the universe, like the universe is saying, no, 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 not that direction, go over here. For example, I decided that I needed somebody to help me edit these courses that I'm making because I just don't have time to add that to my plate. So I have this really good friend, and he's a really great editor, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be so symbiotic and so wonderful, such a win-win, and I'll call him and ask him if I can pay him for him to edit my videos. I call him up and he says, no, I don't think my fiance will like it seeing your face on my monitor all the time. And the reason just kind of irked me a little bit. And then he said, but I do have somebody that I can recommend. And I got off the phone and I said, Trice, do you want to now have some kind of negative emotion and be all tied up in that? Or would you rather have somebody edit your course videos for you? And I quickly said, I want somebody to edit the course videos for me. So now his recommendation looked like a gift from the universe. I didn't have to hunt for anybody. I didn't have to look for anybody. And yet it seems to be a perfect fit. Faster than I could have said thank you. So if you want to be able to ignore your reality effortless, turn surrender into your superpower and practice it on freaking everything. This is how you get fantastic at something, not just waiting for the teeny opportunity when you're practicing it on your specific manifestation. Practice it on everything. Practice it, I'm waiting in line and I hate waiting in line. Surrender to the divinity of waiting in line and see if you can find it. Maybe your soulmate is standing behind you. Have you ever noticed when you just miss the elevator or something like that, and you're so impatient, you take the stairs and run downstairs and realize you forgot your phone inside. And if you would have just accepted that note, that moment of reflection from the universe, you would have probably realized that you had forgot your phone. And until next time, I kiss you. Ciao. And if you have any recommendations, don't make me create alone. Leave them in the comments below. Ciao.